y'all, we gotta get straight to it because you know how they do it. They up in here messing with my what's the name? So I found, are your burdens heavy? 10 Bible verses to lighten up your load. So I want you guys to listen to this, okay? 10 Bible verses that can help you out with what I was talking about earlier as far as your war room, how to create it, and what to do. Listen.
Are your burdens heavy? 10 Bible verses to lighten the load. Published by Amazing Facts. Life is tough, and the burdens at hand you can be so hard to bear. You don't need to carry them alone. Read the promises of God. 1. Cast your burden on the Lord, and he shall sustain you. He shall never permit the righteous to be moved. Psalm chapter 55, verse 22. God is glad to carry your burdens and give you the daily strength you need.
Glad to carry.
2. Is this not the fast that I have chosen? Loose the bonds of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, to let the oppressed go free, and that you break every yoke? Isaiah chapter 58, verse 6. It's not God's will that you should be crushed down with excessive burdens. Let him free you today. 3. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart. You will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 to 30. Jesus will remove your heavy burden of guilt and hopelessness and give you true rest in him.
Yeshua.
4. For I, the Lord your God, will hold your right hand, saying to you, Fear not, I will help you. Isaiah chapter 41, verse 13. God promises to support and help you through every trial. 5. Therefore humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God. He may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 6, 7. Just knowing your heavenly Father cares about you personally can make any load seem lighter. 6. Even to your old age, I am he, and even to gray hairs I will carry you. I have made, and I will bear. Even I will carry, and will deliver you. Isaiah chapter 46, verse 4. The Lord desires to constantly support you throughout your life, with the intention of saving you eternally. 7. He will feed his flock like a shepherd. He will gather the lambs with his arm, and carry them in his bosom. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 11. The good shepherd will gladly bear you in his gentle arms right now. 8. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears, and delivers them out of all their troubles. Psalm chapter 34, verse 17. If you belong to him, God will always listen when you call to him for help. 9. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. Through faith his strength becomes yours, and he reaches out to keep you from falling.
Listen.
10. Bear one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ. Galatians chapter 6, verse 2. When God has lightened your burdens, he asks you to do the same for others. Why not come to Jesus today and allow him to relieve you of your heavy load? Learn more about Jesus by clicking here.
Okay, now you do know that the word God in Jesus was replaced with the original word that was Yahshua. Now, I did see that in the old Bible. All of the times that they say God or Lord or whatever, when they're pertaining to Yahshua, they changed the name that was originally Yeshua and put in Jesus or God or Lord. So I did want to make that clear. And also, as far as who we were supposed to call him, um, the Jesus and Emmanuel thing in the Bible. I know the one that I read along when I was younger. I remember it said in the Bible that the people were to call him Emmanuel, and his father, earthly father, was to call him Jesus. Now, if that is the case, then none of us are saying the correct name, okay? Because you have the Hoata, um, which is the okay, you have the Hoata, and that's where they get the hey wah, hey wah, hey wah, hey wah. Back when the Indians used to do their dances and chant, it was the Hawa. Okay? So Hawa. All right? Yeshua. Hawa. Yahe Vahe. If you do it backwards, it's Hawa. So, I don't think anyone on this earth right now, as it stands, really knows the true, I can't say that, really knows the true name, because there's a lot of scriptures that gives you the name. Like, I believe it says, what is that prayer? Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, right? Hallowed be thy name. It says that clearly in the Bible, that hallowed be thy name. So, I think of the tree that has the hollow in the middle, and a lot of my research has been kind of directing me to the trees. Okay? So then when I read the Bible and I see that, or I think of that prayer, it's our Father, which art in heaven, right? Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. As we forgive those who trespass against us. Wait, lead us not into temptation, deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory forever. Okay? So it says, hallowed is thy name. I can't make this up. It says it in the Bible. So I can't tell you that we don't know his name or no one on this earth knows the name. You understand what I'm saying? But what is her name? It's a lot of questions that I have because there's a lot of, what is it, Asar? So that goes to Ishtar, that goes to, it becomes confusing at times once you delve into this book. But I'm telling y'all, if y'all read it for yourselves, I need y'all to pray for yourselves. I need y'all to create some prayer rooms. And you know how people say, oh, you're waiting for an imaginary person to come and rescue you? Yeah, I guess so. I guess I have an imaginary friend because guess what? These satanic people, they're using a imaginary friend to help them conjure up whatever it is that they're trying to, whatever it is that not trying to conjure up, whatever it is that they're conjuring up. Okay? So we better use our magic. And there's plenty of what people call spells, I guess you would call it, in the Bible, right? And I don't consider them to be spells. As I'm doing my research, these are things that the Most High said do when you encounter these beings. Okay? Plain and simple. I haven't came across anything that said use a candle, use a incense. I mean, they do have the frankincense and myrrh, and there were certain, I guess, potions, not potions, remedies, right? That they use with the frankincense and the myrrh. Okay, and I do know scriptures where they went before the altar with, but it was one specific person, if I'm not mistaken. So don't get me. You're like, listen, I'm still learning, like I said, but you know, I know one thing that the Most High is very powerful, and if you believe in the power that the Most High holds, because you also hold that power too deep down inside you. Okay, like I keep telling y'all, listen, 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 listen. Okay, greater is He that is in me, right? That is in you. Greater is He and she that is in you than he and she that is in the world. That means that there is nothing more powerful outside of yourself. Okay? And the Most High tells you that in the Bible too. Okay? And if you go back to what Jesus was telling the disciples, you understand what I'm saying? He said, I'm coming of my Father. He always spoke about his Father being the one who sent him to deliver the message or to save the people or whatever. Like he never took the credit for himself. So, it's just like really, really confusing to me when you go off of someone else's narrative. But when you start reading these things for yourself, researching and things like that, you will come to clarity. All right, as to what's really going on, because there's a lot of things that they're hiding. There's a lot of books in the Bible that's not there, right? The Ethiopians supposedly have the book that has all of the other missing books that we don't have in our Bible. So, okay, this is a whole big conspiracy about trying to hide the power. Okay? The power is in the word. It tells you that in the Bible too. I need y'all to read this for yourself. Like I said, I need y'all to get on y'all warrior missions. Okay? My warriors. For real. Like, it's just, it's time. We are in a spiritual warfare. It ain't nothing nice. These people don't play fair. They not playing fair. Okay? Because see, they know that you don't know the power that you hold. But I'm here to tell you that you hold power. And all you need to do is tap into it. They're trying to discourage us from looking into this Bible. These are allegories, okay? These are stories that were told, things that happened back in history. And as you know, they say if you don't know your history, you are bound to repeat it. So if we don't know the history, the historical events that went on in those biblical days, right? We are bound to repeat it. And ooh, Sodom and Gomorrah. What? Where the hell is my bell when I need it? We are repeating it. Sodom and Gomorrah. They said men would be lovers of themselves. And that's exactly what they're doing right now. When they say men will be lovers of themselves, they're talking about them with each other, one another. Okay? This shit is, excuse me, this stuff is deep. It's deep. Okay? And I'm still learning as I go along. But I know enough to know that through my experience, okay, I'm not talking from hearsay. I'm going off of my experience. I endured some things that some people say should have killed me. Okay? But I'm here today. I'm alive. And it's because of the Most High, because of the messages, because of the things I remembered as a child going to church, because of, me having faith, because of me knowing that I was being tested and I didn't get angry with the Most High. I just said, okay, I know you tested me. This is going to be a test. You know what I'm saying? Because my whole entire life, I've always, and I hate to say blessings, I've always been gifted, I guess you would say. The Most High always has gifted me with things, right? And in return, I gifted other people. But then I had some people that came along and just wanted to steal all my gifts, okay? And didn't even want to leave any for me to even share with anyone else. They didn't even want to leave none for myself, okay? So, I've been there, done that. And it's only this that got me out of it. I'm telling y'all. I had to go back to my roots. When they say go back to the God that your parents and your grandparents worship, yeah, that's what you do. That's what you do. I'm talking about your aunt, your great great grandparents and stuff like that. I ain't talking about your immediate family like your grandparents and maybe your great grand, maybe. But after that, they really were very, I can't even say religious. They had a certain way about doing things. They were nature. They were natural people, okay, who catered to nature, basically. And that's what Mother Nature is all about. That's what the Father of the earth is about, okay? So it all ties in together, but they're trying to keep all of that stuff a secret. And this is why we're in the situation that we're in, because a lot of the truth has really been hidden. Okay, a lot of the names in the Bible have been changed. It goes along to fit with their narrative, because they know that if we pronounce the Most High's name properly, it will resurrect something. Okay, this is why they say don't say the Most High name in vain, right? Because the name itself is a certain harmony, it's a frequency that is released from your vocal cords when you say that name. It could be Hawa. Hawa. I remember back at hey why, 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 hey why. They be out there dancing and hey why, hey why, hey why, hey why. And that's all you hear. That's all you hear. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it was a rhythm, it was a frequency to the name, right? So I don't know, like you have to research for yourself, right? And the Most High will open up so many um, doors, right? And allow you to get the answers that you need. And once you really get the answer, like you will be astonished